What's up, wrestling fans? We are back after being gone for 6 months or a year. No, it's been more like a week, but Jesus, it feels like a long time because we don't take weeks off. We got a bunch of news. I'm going to shoot on Total Nonstop Impact again. Um, but also, happy holidays. I'm here with the Horror King Gary, as always. This one's for him. Let's see if Gary knows what that is from. Go.
I don't know. It sounded familiar.
It's the middle of the Friday the 13th main theme. But to be fair, it looks like it's from later Friday the 13th movie. Kind of cool. I like it.
Oh,
We're also going to. Oh yeah, I know you weren't a fan of that. We're also going to speak about theme songs, which is why I wanted to play that here. We'll get into that in a little bit. First, we're going to catch you up on the news that you might have missed while being on holiday, which is understandable. Hope everyone enjoyed your holiday. Nice you take a break from wrestling. We will handle stuff like that, even though we got to take we took a nice little break. That was fun and I think needed. And now we have more to talk about this week.
Thanks to
thanks
to everybody out there that's listened to our channel for this whole calendar year, and before that, if you were with us, we appreciate the viewership. You've been very loyal.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how we're still slowly growing. Like we had 180 viewers, subscribers at the beginning of this year. Now we have 210, and it's like, I don't know, it's cool. Like TNA's not really killing it when it comes to whatever. I think this year they're going to kill it. And that leads me to, if you haven't seen it, I thought there'll be a sooner one, but Casey Navarro, December 28th, tweeted, "Blessed to call TNA my home." And he posted a video that I've seen shared by a lot of people. And some are saying it's a sizzle reel or whatever it's called, that you show to networks, to try to buy it. And that's exactly what it looks like. They have because it's not just, it's kind of like showing the different characters. Wow, they even have the football dude there. Oh man, what was his name? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But then they have it's a top 20 global brand. They have 100 million fans in 20 different countries, social media followers, top rated program among males. You know what I mean? They're pointing, this is definitely something. They're going to get another TV deal, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Streaming something.
Well, wasn't it Casey Navarro that was an item with Killer Kelly, or no?
Good question. Oh, no. I think it was someone else. Wait.
It wasn't her. Well, if it was, I
think it's Myron Reed.
They dated each.
I think it's Myron Reed.
Oh, okay, it was Myron Reed.
Okay. Yeah. Just want to clear that up because they just had confusion. Because they just had a kid. They just had a kid together a month ago. So I just want to.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're very similar wrestling style, but Killer Kelly just recently.
Kelly also shared that. Maybe she can return.
Yeah,
sorry. Were you going there with that? So,
yeah, kind of. I kind of thought maybe that was, a little bit of newsworthy too, in case we didn't mention it in any part of this podcast tonight. Just kind of.
Also, Myron Reed.
Be on the lookout in 20.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't return. That's, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it takes or whatever. But Myron Reed turned on the Rascals recently, which I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. Oh, wow. Maybe he can show up in TNA against the Rascals with another Rascal. I don't know if there is another Rascal, to be honest, but you never know.
Did he turn up on a Revolver or something like that? Or
yeah, it was a Revolver show. Yeah, good stuff, man. Everyone should check out Revolver.
Okay.
But sorry, kind of buried the lead. TNA announced last week they signed a multi-year exclusive agreement with Sportsnet. The deal will air TNA's flagship weekly TV show Impact every Thursday at 8 p.m. nationally in Canada on Sportsnet 360, starting this week, January 2nd. Sportsnet is the #1 sports network in Canada, where WWE previously aired all their weekly shows. And that's not all. Sorry, I'm literally reading from a thing that I wrote. And that's not all. Former world champion Steve Macklin teased a new deal for the United States as he quoted it saying, U.S. is next. Hashtag Macklin with a skull or something. And I just trust Macklin. You know what I mean? I don't think he would tweet that. And a lot of people are saying shit like that.
Oh, yeah. I'd definitely be in a lot of hot water if he wasn't kind of given the go-ahead to kind of.
And again, here's another one. Santino, ready? Boom. This is huge and huge. And more importantly, I hope it serves as a precedent for what may come in the United States as well. Like, I don't think people would be saying, I don't think people like this would be, you know what I mean? Like, Santino works for TNA. Macklin obviously works for TNA. Like, I don't think people would be saying the next stuff.
But especially with being the director, the character director of authority, you're not going to throw it out there. Like,
I do have a little problem
with merit, you know what I mean?
I do have a little problem with him tweeting because it doesn't come off like who he is, you know what I mean? Maybe he should like spell things wrong or something, but that might not work either.
Oh,
like the United States of, you know what I mean? Like, I guess writing United Stats would be stupid, but whatever. Sportsnet is Canadian's #1 network, in addition to being the official Canadian NHL national platform for the Canucks, Flames, Oilers, Blue Jays, Raptors, UFC, and more. But the thing that they're on Sportsnet 360, and feel free to let us know. I'm not sure what the difference is between Sportsnet and Sportsnet 360. I'm guessing it's like ESPN2, but I have no idea.
Well, and then what's funny too, Jay, is with it being Sportsnet in Canada, I was mentioning before we went live, like at one point before they were on Spike, they were also on a Fox Sportsnet that you had to. I remember back in the day, I had to literally pay like a separate fee just to get that channel on my dish, but
that's insane.
I did it. It was like a few extra, but still, it's kind of funny that it's like Sportsnet.
I feel like it's kind of like I feel like a lot of us have like an American idiot kind of thing where we just think about America, you know what I mean, when it comes to, but like TNA has all these other deals in different countries. Yeah. No one knows how much. I mean, how many years have we heard they're doing great in India? You know what I mean? Like that means something, I'm sure. Like people always act like they're not making money. Like who knows? Who says they're not making good money from India, from an Indian deal? Who says they're not making? Well, I'm sure they're making better money from this Sportsnet deal. They're making money from selling out more shows. Yeah, sorry.
What did you call that? What would you call that reel? What did you say they called that?
I said sizzle reel, but that might be I said sizzle reel, but that might be totally wrong. I don't know.
Sizzle reel. Well, there's a part in the sizzle reel, if you watch, where they hype the India tapings from several years back in that video as well.
That's interesting. Well, there you go.
Yeah, because I just thought of that because you mentioned about India. So
yeah, Siccione, the president.
I had everything.
I did not realize this guy was the president, Anthony Siccione. I thought he was just a backstage anthem money guy, but I guess that's the other guy. I can't think of his name. I think they brought the money guy in after. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. These two guys have been. These two guys have been killing it. These guys have been absolutely killing it since they came in. No one's heard a word from them. They're not taking credit. They're not showing up outside the ring like Scott, dancing around like he did the fucking show. I mean, I get it. Okay, he booked the show, but he didn't wrestle in the show. Whatever. You know what I mean? But whatever. This is awesome news. Like, there's nothing anyone can say that this is not awesome news for TNA. So, like, that's what I love when there's nothing like, when there's something that you can't say shit against.
You can definitely tell the difference between when Scott was here and then totally. It's like Anthem another level, like.
Yeah, I mean,
just bigger arena.
I'm literally staring at Dolph with a bunch of USC cheerleaders at a USC game. I don't know if we talked about this before air or literally 2 minutes ago. Sorry if we did, but and then we mentioned the Islanders game. The UBS Arena literally tweeted, like TNA is coming tonight. Like that's huge. I mean, listen, I fucking hate the Islanders, but if they're a national fucking hockey league team, and I think the worst national hockey league team is probably bigger than, is that not fair to say? Is the worst NHL team bigger than TNA?
and the thing is, Jay, like with USC as well, is very huge too, because it's pretty much been associated with a Rose Bowl.
And college people,
like,
you know what I mean?
They've
like
been
getting the name out to college people, like totally. That's exactly who should they be going. They should be going after. Like, and you're right. They've never done anything like this from when I've been along, since I've been watching. You know what I mean?
The thing is, when you look at the college level support that they're getting, I don't think people realize that all the sponsorship they get. Like, what was it this year? One of the bowl games was Pop-Tarts or whatever. You know what I mean? Like a Kellogg product. I mean, like, it's huge,
also again,
like how much sponsorship.
Also, again, speaking about the bowls, AJ Francis is kind of teasing maybe he's coming back. He's like, listen, we're still talking. And but then TNA retweeted him, which seems like I would think they know he's coming back. You know what I mean? If they're going to retweet him. And he was talking about a bowl game. He was talking about the Cheez-It Bowl, which you probably know about.
Oh yeah.
Was that a real game? I don't even know. Was there an actual Cheez-It Bowl, or? I mean, I guess there is. I thought it was too silly to get a name, but I guess
the company has sponsored the bowl games in the past. Yeah,
I thought it was too silly, but I guess anyone.
Yeah, they just have a lot of.
I guess anyone could sponsor anything now.
Had Little Caesar Bowl.
Well, Little Caesars is awesome, and they deserve whatever the hell. They deserve everything in the world with their amazing $5 lunch pizza deal. Those legends. Okay, so, wait. Let me read this, and then I'll get into the TNI thing quick. TNA Wrestling had a lot of controversy this week, thanks to Tessa Blanchard. Sorry, this is from WrestleVoice.com, an awesome new wrestling site that is totally not me. Kidding, it is. The promotion has been making roster cuts, I said, which is what most companies do when they fire the previous person in charge. And it just worked out that most of these talents' contracts came up at the end of 2024. So Meltzer, Meltzer said talent were leaving due to pay cuts. And I looked it up, exactly what Meltzer said. He only mentioned Rhino. He was like, blah, blah, blah. They're taking pay cuts, and we heard Rhino was one of them. What is Rhino? Fucking 50 years old? They're going to overpay for that dude?
I know that's the thing, Jay. Like, when you hear like it was Rhino, it's like, do you know how much of the fan base is actually calling for him to kind of step away or get out of the TNA ring?
Thank you. I mean, Christ, it's like Dreamer in the ring, but not even that. Dr. Chris Featherstone, who is like a new scooper that seems to be right most of the fucking time. Per sources within TNA, the current rumors surrounding talent leaving due to pay cuts are inaccurate and should not be believed due to it not being true. The current morale has been very positive with the increase of ticket sales and returning to larger venues for major events. Yeah, no fucking shit. And then I wrote, Meltzer noted Rhino, and that was all. Like, joke. He's so biased, it's ridiculous.
We're kind of going in a different direction tonight, because we're kind of trying to cap those two god awful weeks of the best of things for TNA. I don't know. It seems like it's more of the same old. Like, I don't know. I would think in calendar 2025, maybe we just ditch that best of stuff, just because we come off a really, really solid pay-per-view with Final Resolution. We lost a ton of momentum.
Then it's like or how about do the best of, but put on a goddamn Tessa interview in the middle of it? Who wouldn't have tuned in for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, or
Tessa's back. She's going to talk about. Tessa breaks her silence. But
why not just?
I hate those shows. And they showed the goddamn. They showed an Iron Man match. Like, come on, this is an AEW. We watched that match. It was great. That shouldn't be on regular TV.
Yeah, subs too could also be put on the TNA Plus, thing. Like, we don't even have to see it on. Like, why not, or even why not back-to-back weeks? Kind of do a I don't know, even if you have to do I don't know, like a hard to kill pay-per-view or whatever, kind of like do, it'd be better than watching, you know, like episodes that were, like that were very like maybe they weren't as memorable as to us, because we did say that the Masha and Jordan match was a really great match, but I could think of like at least 2 or 3 others, like with the second match between Alexander and Osprey.
Oh yeah, good call. Sorry,
I honestly thought that was probably.
Yeah, sorry. This is our awards section. Quick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I mean, yeah, Josh Osprey was insane, and I think there was another match I liked more than a Jordan match, but I would need to pull up the poll. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, like every fucking Mustafa Ali match, Mustafa versus Sabin.
Yeah,
that was fucking amazing. Yeah. But okay, here's what I think they did. I think they gave the awards to people who were still there, except for Mustafa, who could be returning. I don't know. Nobody knows what this dude's doing. Yeah. He posted this psychotic.
Yeah, I don't know how many.
Did you see that thing? Did I send it to you? Where he's like, I don't know what he posted, like I don't know. Is it a promo? I don't know what, a vignette. I guess okay. So he posted a vignette on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Where like. But he's not with a wrestling company right now, so like no one knows what the hell the vignette is for. Yeah, like unless he's just showing his creativity. Like it was pretty. So like he talks to someone and he's like, we're coming in. Like me and my crew are coming in, and like she's like, no, you're not on the list. And the next thing you know, there's a red dot on her, and there's a bunch of. He's got guys with guns about to shoot the girl. Like what the fuck? But it was interesting as hell.
I know at the first, and another talent we kind of like always was putting over throughout the year. I remember many times talking about Speedball Bailey. I don't know how many times we said he put on some like epic matches, but then I don't know. I think
no, that was last year.
Yeah, and then he dove off the plan.
Yeah, no, I believe that was last year.
Well, I know he did a number of.
He had,
but I know he did some matches early in the.
Okay, yeah, maybe early in the year. But I remember last year, almost every fucking match you had was a match of the year. So, like, was he?
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what I mean? Mailing it in a little without Scott. Also, I have to mention he.
Yeah,
I have to mention he literally tweeted, "The United Healthcare shooter is our queen now." So you can all take that however you'd like.
Yeah.
I take it as fucking psychotic. He's a fucking murderer. Okay, JBL, stem cells have kicked in, which is great because ancient Sumerian prophecy in 2025 is the year of the clothesline, and he looks insanely jacked, like bigger than ever before. And
and
there was one more. Sorry, go ahead.
I just said before, but I've been seeing a lot of complaining about him, like saying, why is he back in the picture, like in TNA, and he's almost 60 years old, and it's like, well, because for one, he has a voice that people remember in the wrestling world.
Fucking JBL, he's a goddamn. Yeah. That's another thing. People again, look at the guy. Just look at the YouTube numbers, seriously. And then some people are like, "Oh, the YouTube numbers don't." Like, well, then what the fuck does? If there's no ratings, you have to go by YouTube numbers. That's all we have. And JBL, Dolph, and the Hardys dominate. Other than Nemeth, he's the only person. Not Nemeth. Other than Hendry, the only person who's close. Because they're WWE guys. They're just.
And as much as we've kind of. And then, like, with as much as we haven't really liked we want to know what's going on with them, but at the same time, I mean, you got to admit, it's kept us intrigued. I mean, because we don't know what his intentions are. We do know it's probably obviously possibly a heel turn for Nemeth, but
well, that's the thing. I mean,
but either way,
I've been talking with other people, and he's been doing interviews about it, and I feel like the only way this makes sense is if he was with JBL the whole time. That's the big twist. And then I think he beats Nemeth, and they celebrate. I keep saying Nemeth. I think he beats Hendry, and they celebrate together. Maybe with someone else. I forget. Okay, I read this somewhere else. He said he's making a. JBL said he's making a. Goddamn, what's the name? A faction.
Oh, JBL.
So right now you could say it's him and Dolph. You know what I mean? Maybe there's somebody else in there because shit, the thing I sent you before. Who was it? Kazarian? He'd be like, I'd be into it. What did he say that?
I think he did say something like that, and his name was attached to that article. So
yeah, hang on, let me pull it up fast.
Kazarian, I mean, he is kind of Kazarian. Kind of is like a the king on an island because he really doesn't have a lot of friends with TNA. So I mean, I could see that too.
And again, fantastic. I would say my MVP of the year. Josh is a very smart man. I'm sorry, John's a very smart man. I'm not going to claim to know what he's up to, but look, I'm a fan of John Layfield, and if he wants to continue to bring his presence and stick a nose in our business, that's fine. But if he's going to what he has on me, he's got to be expecting a receipt. The terminology we use. So, John, you're welcome. You're welcome in my locker room anytime, but you're also opening yourself to get punched in the jaw. Oh shit. Okay, so he's against him. Or again, you can't trust Taz. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, exactly. Could be a swerve. Also, Santana mentioned. This is what gets me mad. Like you said, like why is he even mentioning NXT? But the problem is, it's from an interview. So like someone could have just, you know what I mean? He was very likely asked, and it's like a big thing. I used to get mad about this. I've seen TNA fans get mad about it a lot. Like why are they always talking about WWE? Because people ask that question. You know what I mean? Like these are mostly WWE fans doing these interviews. Like, these are mostly WWE fans doing these interviews. Like, hey man, so when are you coming to WWE? You know what I mean? Like I don't watch your fucking show. Like they don't say that, but that's what it is, and it's lame.
Yeah, what's a T?
Yeah, I guess it's lame. Whatever. Everybody wants their fucking guys there. Recently, okay, this is actually pretty cool news from Ring of Honor, which is actually a thing still. Recently added to Honor Club, relived the legendary career of Chris Daniels, the Fallen Angel. Okay, that might be like the one thing I will ever promote about Ring of Honor for the rest of my life. Christopher Daniels is fucking gold, and I guarantee you they put him on television to keep him from following Kazarian. He became GM like a fucking week after Kazarian left.
Oh yeah,
like there's no way that was okay. So back to my quick article about the talent who left. Most of them were the talent who put those fucking emojis up last year. Does everyone remember those emojis threatening the ownership to bring back Scott when they didn't even know the story?
Oh yeah,
where'd they go? Where'd the emojis go? Guess what? No one talks about Scott anymore. And again, I literally wrote an article about Jordan Grace being a ridiculous hypocrite, that she was twerking with Giselle all those fucking times when she posted the words that no one in a position of power should be sleeping with talent as it was happening. And she's twerking with the girl. Like, I don't know. Like I've lost respect for her as a human, that she was allowing this. I got in touch with her about it. I was like, listen, I'm going to fucking... I got in touch with her. I'm like, listen, I'm going to blow the whistle on your boy Scott. Just a heads up. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm like, I'm trying to help the company. Like, they can get sued. And again, they could have got sued. You know what I mean? Giselle could have sued them if something happened. Giselle could have sued them for... Actually, sorry.
I do think there's a lot of...
Sorry, go ahead.
With you kind of whistleblowing on them, if you will. Because again, I noticed things started happening.
Me, but I mean, seriously, if you go by, I don't know for a fact it was me, but if you go by the timing, like, whatever, I sent the thing. A few months later, Scott was gone. Now all of his fucking people are gone. Like people are actually complaining about what's his name? Jesus Christ, Trent fucking Seven. Fuck you. Whoever's complaining about Trent Seven, name me your favorite Trent Seven match in our comments right now in TNA. Nowhere else in TNA. I don't give a fuck that he was good one time in his life on a different tag team with someone else. He's out of shape. He looks terrible. Whatever. Goodbye.
Yeah, and I think back to that Christmas. Scott, Giselle, Jade Chung. What is their name? Jade Chung,
gone.
Right?
All gone. Every one of them.
You know what I mean? And I look back.
Except Josh.
It's kind of a creepy video or thing to put on. You know what I mean? They're just, how did they think that would be
swear to God,
perceived. You know, you got
I know I look like such a bad person in this, but like, unless you look at the facts, which TNA is kicking ass ever since Scott left. Like, no one will point that out, though. People will point out, like, you know, TNA is doing great, blah, blah, blah. Nobody, if like, they'll mention the new people. Nobody mentions Scott. Nobody mentions, oh, hey, maybe he wasn't the fucking genius we all wrote about he was for a fucking decade.
Well, and you could honestly say that our crowd, in some cases, have doubled since Scott has left, because we went from 1,500 seat arenas with Scott to like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000
people. And not selling them out with Scott. He wasn't selling out shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have to take a quick break. I have to take a quick break because this morning I was in a good mood and I woke up and I was doing my work at WrestleVoice.com. Hell of a website, or it's going to be soon. Those are kind of funny. Like, I'm the Wrestle Voice, you know what I mean? Because I'm the one posting everything. So, whatever, that's fun. Damn it, I'm stoned. I forgot. Okay, so Total Nonstop Impact was promoted this morning by the TNA UK Facebook account, which I'm not sure if it's like 100% legit. Is that TNA? Is that a fan group? I mean, it looks like it's real. It doesn't say it's.
I've seen. The thing is, I think I've seen a group on Facebook before.
No, not a group. Like, if
I don't know.
Google,
I don't know what.
No, not a group. Like, if you go, like, if you go on, what do you call it? Look, I'll send it to you right now. TNA UK. Also, let me know if my.
Yeah, because I know.
Okay, I just sent it to you. Let me know if my reply is still on there. Because I'll read that out loud. I don't know if it's verified. The gang at the Total Nonstop Impact podcast. This is what I saw this morning. Ready? The gang at reviewed Final Resolution. When the fuck was Final Resolution? They haven't done shit since Final Resolution? Seriously? Ready? So me,
don't know.
So me, as a top fan, wrote, if this is an official account, you should speak to Anthem about this podcast. A podcast that pretended to work for Anthem and scare off others. That's a fact. I have an email from Kyle Lawrence, who is or was best friends with Trent Zuberi from AAW Pro. I reached out to all these people. Nobody ever said shit except for one person. Sorry, let me finish this. A podcast that pretended to work for Anthem and scared off others. That's what they did. They sent an email to my father saying they work for Anthem. And TNA UK is promoting them. I have proof of this. I spoke to Ed Nordholm about this, the number 2 guy at Anthem. He quickly removed their talent as guests. You can go back, look at their YouTube, and look at their guests and how they just vanished for like a year. I said, you can delete this. Block. I said, you can delete this and you can block me if you'd want. Oh, look, I found a top fan, Craig Rowland. Fuck you, bro. Thank you, TNA, from all of us at Total Nonstop Impact. Craig Limpster, Joe O'Keefe, Jason Hawk, Steve McDonald. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a second. This is the this is the UK crew. Still, I don't take back anything I tweeted about for about an hour this morning about my anger. They still count. It's Total Nonstop Impact. I don't give a fuck which crew it is. They're under the same umbrella. They fucking lied about working for the company that owns TNA. I told TNA crew, I was like, listen, you guys aren't that fucking big. Change your fucking name. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to drag it through the fucking mud. I'm going to fucking put it on pages. I'm going to, like, whatever. My website's going to fucking kill it this year, and I'm going to destroy those motherfuckers unless they do the right thing, which one of them did do. J-Bone's wife. I could post this. I thought about posting it. I might post it. Like, just a total fucking exposing these fucking little drunk fucking disasters. Kyle the drunk. His J-Bone's wife pointed it out. He was the cause of all of their suffering. That's a quote. Kyle dragged them all down. That's why they got rid of him. I'm talking about the fucking main one, not the UK guys. No offense, but you're not in their league, at least last I saw. Also, one of you motherfuckers took a shot at me one time over a Rosemary thing. And how's she doing now? Fucking jobber that looks terrible with a terrible new song. Waste of money. Really hope she's gone next and they sign someone much younger, sign fucking Abaddon, who I used to call a knockoff Rosemary. Now Rosemary's the fucking knockoff. She looks terrible. She wrestles slow as shit. And she had the balls to call me out as not being a real fan when me and Gary we've been doing this every week, unlike fucking her. We didn't take off a year and pretend to be we didn't have another gimmick for a year that destroyed our own gimmick. Remember that bullshit?
Yeah.
Who the fuck was she? What the hell was she? Her and Havoc. Just destroyed. Scott destroyed them. Allowing that to happen destroyed the both of them. Nobody gives a fuck about Rosemary.
Yeah, he definitely watered them.
Go back years ago to a Rosemary fucking entrance. Seriously, go back years to a Rosemary entrance. Everyone sang along with the awesome song. She looked incredible. Now she looks like she just got out of bed, threw a little fucking makeup on her face. Like, yo, you got Jeff Hardy back there. Lazy motherfucker. Dude loves artistry and shit. Whatever. Sorry, I had to do a little Rosemary segue there.
Yeah.
But also, again.
Yeah, let him
I just want to focus on the point. J Bone's wife was the only person out of that group. Trent Zeberi, the owner of the group, who I think quit podcasting after that because rumors are AAW Pro gave him a what's the word? You can keep doing your fucking joke of a podcast, bro, or you can do your real job that pays you money. You know what I mean? So he ditched the podcast. He ditched TNA. He ditched TNA fans, and people still fucking root for these fucking frauds. Kyle, where'd he go? Drunken fucking janitor. Never came back after he fucking pretended he was working for Anthem. I can't even imagine what they got. The bullshit they got from fucking... Who knows if they got shit from Anthem themselves. They literally pretended they worked for Anthem. I can post a fucking email. I might post an email along with J Bone's wife's words. But also, I don't need to prove shit to anyone at this point. I don't fucking care. They're a bunch of scum fucking whatever. They're exactly what they say they are. Scumbags. Not so much the UK guys. I don't want to put it on the UK guys. But again, it's all one fucking brand. They should fucking burn in hell. Getting in touch with my... Oh, sorry if I didn't mention it. They got in touch with my father. And not only that, Kyle sent me a crazy drunken email. Basically like, yo, I fucked up. I did all this shit. Like, and you can tell when someone's drunk, you know what I mean? Like being totally honest about certain things. And like he just mentioned like everything, like, like crazy shit about Trent that again I'm saving for a rainy day. And like he threw everyone under the bus.
Yeah, definitely. I could always tell they were like the whole staff of TNI were kind of always on eggshells whenever Kyle was on because like he had like no off filter.
That's interesting.
Like, you could tell there was a lot of time.
Again, that's exactly what J Bone's wife said.
Ate shit from YouTube.
That's exactly what J Bone's wife said.
Yeah,
J Bone's fucking wife. This bitch didn't. Sorry, I'm not calling her a bitch. This bitch J Bone didn't have the balls to do it himself. Neither did Trent. Neither did Kyle. They just ran away like fucking girls. I'd be ashamed to be under that fucking umbrella. So congratulations, TNI UK. Also, my comment is still up there, seen by God knows how many people, and pretty awesome. So, okay, enough of that. Sorry, had to get that off my chest. Okay, what other TNA news did we miss this week?
I don't know if you wanted to go to the
sorry,
TNA
I wanted to go back to the theme
song.
Ah, man, you're in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, I want to mention Ash by Elegance, who is the poster girl for my post or article, whatever, on WrestleVoice.com, which I keep calling WrestleView, WrestleView.com, which is really frustrating. I have people in my family like it's WrestleVoice.
Say she's recently married.
Wait,
didn't you say she's recently married?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you say she got married?
Yeah, I'm afraid she's pretty recently married, but I could be thinking of someone else. Also random. Jenny Neidhart. Pretty much, I don't want to say pretty much.
Oh, okay.
She shook off 2024. And trying to think of a nice way to explain this. Let's say she's very voluptuous. Okay? And she was literally shaking them off. You know what I mean? She was shaking her boobs, okay? It's this girl rules. Everyone should follow her. Okay, the theme songs. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just say is that the Anvil's daughter?
Yeah.
The Anvil Nine.
I believe
Did
so.
you say Nineheart, right?
Natalia's his daughter, right? Yeah, it's Natalia's sister.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I kind of forgot that for some reason.
They have a YouTube channel. They have a YouTube channel. They haven't made one in a while, and it's like the last video they made, like they're both in like black latex. It's like they're so fucking hot. It's crazy. Natalia, like I've seen people saying Natalia looks too fake, and I don't know. Fuck you all. I think she looks amazing, and she wrestles amazing. And I literally wrote something recently how I think she's one of the most underrated wrestlers maybe ever. I would love to see her in TNA. I wish that could have fucking happened, but who knows? Maybe. Also there was a leak. Okay, sorry. Before we get to the. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying. I know at one point they hinted that Natalia could come to TNA, but
yeah, I remember that.
I guess all those plans fell through.
Yeah, I think it was a thing with Jordan. I forget exactly. Okay, there was a leaked. Damn it, Royal Rumble. Did you see this? The leaked Royal Rumble lineup.
No.
And, like the numbers 1 to 30, and who's going to win, and who's going to win exactly.
Oh,
so,
no, I didn't see it.
I mean, like almost everyone is saying it's fake, but I feel like there's so they have Charlotte beating Natalia, not Natalia. They have Charlotte beating Becky, both returning, and Jordan Grace they have as number 16. Mickie James they have as number 19. And check this out, number 22. This makes you think there's no fucking chance in hell. Karma. That's Awesome Kong.
Who?
Karma was Awesome Kong.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow, that sounded so freaky.
Oh, wow.
You just like zoned out. It sounded like, oh, really? Oh my God, that's the horror. That's the horrorness coming out of him. I told you we don't call him the Horror King for nothing.
All grim.
I mean, I don't know. Do you have any idea about
all grim on us here?
Do you have any idea about Karma? Like Awesome Kong? Like, do you think she would do that? Can she?
I do know at one point she had hinted at one point about coming back as a knockout, but I don't know whatever happened with any of it. Because like
she did some NWA stuff. Remember that?
Physical.
And I think she came back for
I don't
one
know if she's
TNA show.
Able.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
No, so I thought that was odd.
I know the last. Yeah.
I
know the last time I seen her in a ring, she was not getting around very good. Like in terms of like, she lost a lot of her weight.
But again, like, has anyone seen her in a while?
And she went through all that.
Like, I haven't seen her in a while. Maybe she's in great shape now.
I don't know. I think the last time I seen her in a ring was in when she was put into the Hall of Fame. I think when Gail had inducted her, and that was like what, a couple years ago. I think that's the last.
So I mean, they have Jordan in there. So I mean, Jordan is interesting. I mean, I feel like it's like it's probably fake, but like a really good one. Like Mickie James seems like I don't know, like where'd they get that from? I haven't heard much of Mickie. Like I would never put, and also Karma. Like I would have never thought if I was faking a list, I would never put Awesome Kong on there. You know what I mean? Like that's too much of a fucking reach. But whatever. So the men's.
Oh yeah.
The men's have Cena beating The Rock as the final two. Nobody special nobody special in terms of like surprises other than AJ returns and Logan Paul is in it, and I don't know. There's nothing really special other than here's what I don't believe, unless there's some kind of gimmick, right? The final five are Jimmy Uso, Damian Priest, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. Those are like all guys except Priest that are part of the same fucking feud. The last three guys are literally three different the hell's their name? Like leaders of, you know what I mean? Like the three different guys who led that fucking bloodline. Yeah, like the Solo, Roman, and The Rock. Those are the three last leaders of the bloodline. So unless there's like a gimmick where they get those spots, you know what I mean? Like that's too. That would never happen. Yeah. That's too fucking perfect order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, speaking about the Royal Rumble, sorry, Dolph Ziggler, nickname TNA World Champion, mentioned he might be part of it this year.
Oh, okay.
That'd be pretty dope.
It makes me wonder if there isn't some merit to, though, he does retain, and then the TNA World Title
that's a good one.
Does see fruition on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good one.
They did do that with Jordan and then Mickey.
Nope, totally believe that. Stuff. Yeah, really. And I think I think Henry is going to be like their Daniel Bryan, you know, where he just keeps fucking losing and losing and losing until he finally doesn't.
Oh yeah.
But like whatever, we'll see.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Whatever. I mean, like people abuse him. Like Daniel Bryan lost in 8 seconds in the fucking main event of WrestleMania and went on to become one of the biggest fucking characters ever. Like no one knows shit.
That's I know. I look back at that too. It was like that 8 seconds or whatever it was. It was like I don't know. I think at that point that was like an all-time low for me.
Exactly.
Anything to do with WWE is so
like everyone thought that, but it turns everyone thought that, but it turns out it was fucking genius. Like just whatever. So okay. I don't want to go too long today because I want to try and add different pictures. I don't know if that's going to work out. But theme songs. I feel like TNA has shit theme songs, and I've really noticed this because I've been watching WWE more. I think AEW also has bad theme songs for the most part. But like most WWE guys, the second their theme hits, you know who it is. Like definitely all the top guys. Cody, Roman, like you know what I mean? Like even if it's just a sound.
Well,
and I wanted to give it Sorry, go ahead.
This is going on for probably probably around the time right before ROH went full.
When was the last?
I noticed even ROH.
What was the last great TNA theme song?
ROH even. Jeez, I don't know. I'm gonna go probably.
Like it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, to me, it might be Rosemary. I love Rosemary's fucking old theme.
I mean, in terms of like
a group of themes,
like not like
Left Behind.
Yeah.
God, it was so fucking good.
Yeah, like Beer Money. You know.
Oh yeah, babe. AJ.
I kind of always felt like the Motor City Machine Guns. I think.
Again,
always had a better theme too,
and it was simple because. Like, this is kind of like my point. It didn't start off Motor City, like.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's my example. Sorry, it's Amazon. Sorry, Amazon commercial. Okay, here's my terrible. Well, not terrible. I think it's a great example. Okay, this is one of the stupidest theme songs ever. The Big Show's theme. Well, but it's memorable. You know what I mean? Like the second that hits, you know it's the Big Show.
Yeah, and even like Val Venus was like a wannabe porn star guy. But you always would remember.
Yeah, he had a really. I can hear it in my head the second you said that. Like whatever the sound is. Also, Scott Steiner with the ambulance. Like sometimes, like just sounds will make people think of like, and I don't know. I really think they need that really, really bad, like really bad. That's like a huge friggin' thing. Okay, sorry, I'm checking out some other things.
Oh yeah, definitely very much needed.
Yeah, like just such a. I don't know. You're more of the person who I would say pays attention to those things.
But I mean,
like
in terms of
and the sound and all that.
Yeah, in terms of like the last time I can remember, like a lot of good themes in TNA, not just like the one like with Rosemary, but like
Billy
probably dates back to like Dale Oliver times when he was actually put in charge of the music entrances and whatnot in TNA.
was that
But then for
before?
every good one,
Was that
yeah,
before
like
or
for
after
every
Bill?
good
Was
one
that
he did.
before or after Billy?
Oh, Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely before. But like for every good
I know
one
Billy
that
had some
he
good
do,
ones.
he had a lot of.
Billy gave out his songs. Fucking, I don't know if people
Yeah.
remember this. Eric Young came out to The World as a Vampire. That was insane.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. But like I feel like I think what they need to do to improve that too is they need to open up that library of music that they do have at their disposal that they really don't. It's kind of like on
How about
YouTube. Like you can
reusing songs?
what's that?
How about reusing songs like from
Yeah, like
say
or
like The Beautiful People, for example?
yeah,
Like put a mix on it or something. I don't know.
yeah, or like why not have
Abyss.
somebody do a new cover of something or kind of give it
Okay.
a little bit of
I don't
bossing
recall
up
it.
or what.
I don't recall Abyss's song. Did he have a good song? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, definitely very catchy. Well, it really wasn't about like a lyrical thing. It was just more like about
That's exactly what I mean. Oh yeah, that's right. It wasn't like Dump
the,
Dump kind of thing.
the catacombs or
Yeah, okay.
whatever.
That's what I mean. Like it doesn't have to be like great songs. Like it
Very
could be
man.
it could be a noise. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
does PCO even have a song, or does he come out to nothing still?
he does have a song, but it's not very memorable. Other than the fact
Yeah.
that it's really kind of a nice throwback to like Frankenstein, but like in terms of
Yeah.
like sometimes it kind of throws me off. Like unless the venue goes all black, it's like you don't know what's going on. Sometimes like it's totally not a very
Yeah.
noticeable theme.
Yeah. Ever hear of Down Straight? I think that's the name of the band. Down Straight?
Yeah, I think I've heard of them. I don't remember what they did.
A fan from
Like,
Fort Wayne. Oh, okay. Wow. Holy crap.
was that
Wow.
like in
Goddamn
this
Robles is a
moment?
genius. Holy shit. This is my boy Robles, who Richard R. Sorry, just gave away his home. Whatever. He made a post on my site about predictions for tonight's Raw. Check that out. Okay, so Down Straight is a band that creates entrance theme for wrestlers. What the fuck? How did I not know this? They wrote The Kingdom for Cody Rhodes. I Came to Play for The Miz. Here to Show the World, Dolph Ziggler. Perfection, Dolph Ziggler. He has 2 songs for Dolph. Dolph must know this dude. Yeah, okay. There's not many more that I know. The Lights Go Down. Gold Stew for Dustin Rhodes. Hot Mess for Chelsea Green. Damn it. How about you sign those guys? It's funny. Robles kept mentioning them to me, and I was kind of like pretending I knew who they were because I'm an old guy who doesn't know much anymore about. I know.
Well, you would honestly, you would think a revenue officer too would think about like the theme too, because like you want to come out. I know CDs are a kind of dated thing, but you could get that shit like on Apple,
That's another thing. There's a lot of
Apple.com's.
people who liked physical media, like you know what I mean, or physical whatever.
Yeah,
Just you know what I mean.
yeah, and
Could be
like
for
I
show. Could be
remember,
for show or whatever.
was it like
Putting in
back in the
wrestling
day they
rooms.
had
You know
their
what
own
I mean? Like
CD. Yeah, yeah, they had their own like disc for all the themes and whatnot. Like even still, I mean, you put that stuff on display at a venue, like
yeah, totally,
live event, somebody's gonna still buy it, you know.
totally.
And if they don't buy the play, they're gonna get it to have it autographed or
Okay, I don't know if you
or
mentioned.
whatever. There's lots use.
I don't know if you mentioned this before the
What's that?
podcast or during. Did you mention the video game during the podcast or before?
I want to say before, but there was some merit to like they were kind of. I guess they were someone in the asylum was saying there's kind of they were kind of hinting at possibly a video game. I guess it's been like I don't know, better part of 15, 20 years or better since I had
That
one.
would be insane. Like I don't think people realize how important video games are. Like there are like I know
I don't know about
there's like 8 people in my family that are like, you know, young people that have all the games and they don't give a fuck about the shows.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know if you remember the commercial back in the day, Kurt Angle showing up at the kind of like the rent-own place, like that was like a
Oh, I
rent-own,
used to
but
love
like
those commercials. Oh God, I love those commercials.
he showed up, and then AJ showed up, and then they started brawling in
Yeah,
the
I
in the
love those
store.
commercials. Good old.
It
Those are the good old
really,
days.
that kind of stuff.
Those are the
Yeah,
good old
that
days.
stuff's very much.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like
really fast. Sorry, go ahead.
we don't even take advantage of those holiday, like those Joey
Well,
Ryan
totally,
Chop TNA things.
again, I totally agree. What's his name posted? The one she made like 5 years ago yesterday,
Yeah.
Velvet Sky, and it's awesome. Yeah. It's still awesome. You know what I mean? It still holds up, that fucking video. It's funny as fuck. Yeah. She's gorgeous. You know what I mean? Like, how hard is that to do?
And it's a no-brainer.
Let Ash be Velvet. And again, I wanted to talk about Ash a little because she's the background for my whatever article. This is
that would have been the perfect.
This is one of the most beautiful women in all of wrestling. Sexiest women in all of wrestling. She should be like Sable. She should be like fucking, I don't even know who else. And she's stuck with this shit gimmick that we always talk about with this creepy old dude. Like, no one gets by elegance. Nobody likes it. Nobody. Look at the numbers. She is way too good looking to not have numbers on Instagram. It's insanity.
Yeah, and like during this last 2 weeks, the best of nights 1 and nights 2, like there was almost no plugs or anything for the TNA shop
not at all. Yeah,
or anything like for merchandise or or even those like old throwback commercials. Like you would have thought they would have like maybe had one with, I don't know, maybe Joe Henry. He's a clever
I thought
wrestler, and I'm sure he could.
I swear to God, I would have bet money that there would have been a 23 tees during both weeks, maybe. Oh, me and Robles had an idea that Hannafan was going to get attacked at some point, but I don't know. I guess we're just way too creative. Because how great would that been? How great would that been? Hannafan just getting his ass kicked, like as he's like doing the thing, as he's talking his thing, like, okay, so then what's going on? Oh God, who's hitting me?
Yeah, like or had the power dim or whatever, and like had a monitor behind had the number 23.
Then people would be more totally. You know what I mean? Or end the show like that, and then people would. It'd be more, like, they didn't have a hook for next week.
It would have been a good way.
I hate when they don't have the hooks for next week. Like, how hard is it to give a goddamn hook? The only hook we have is fucking. We know about one match. It's like it's like an 8 female tag, and it's so obvious. It's all the 8 faces and heels.
At least we're going to luck out this week, Jay. They did tape a 3rd week of shows, so this coming week we're going to actually be seeing actual new content from the from Atlanta center stage. So
that's kind of good.
The last week. So at least we got that to fall back on.
I'm just afraid nothing huge is going to happen until like the live show.
Yeah.
Or sorry, what is Genesis? Genesis, then the live show.
Yeah.
Because like I really think this tape stuff was still like some of Scott's people, and like I think there's going to be a huge, what's the word? Like, I think the roster is going to be totally different. I think the roster is going to be totally different this year. I really do.
And I do think at one point, like on the podcast, I mentioned way back when I said something about Genesis. Maybe they should think about bringing that back. Always like that, and then they bring that back.
A weird one. I get it this year if it's like a totally new TNA, but maybe not next year. Like I don't know, whatever. Okay, really quick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, really quick. Want to run down comments we missed. This is from Porfirio Cantu 1661 on Tessa. She's no devil. She's just human. Yep. Great vlog. I was surprised by Tessa. Same. That's what Gary said. Good review, fellows, and hope that 2025 will be another big year from Eric Isaac. Nothing from Richard this time. Where the hell you at, bro? Trent Hatchett. Good review. Nice job. Was that like 4 or 5 this week? Pretty damn good. We do have ones on other apps, but it's just so hard to get those all together, and a lot of them are like spam.
And I want to say, I want to say we picked up a couple subscribers on this last with the one Tessa for the final resolution. So
I think people like our take. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people agree with us. They don't want to say it. Like, I think it's like a weird thing that a lot of people don't want to say or talk about.
Like, I find it really weird.
I get it. You don't want to take the side of the racist. You know what I mean? That's how people see it, I think.
Well, and the thing is with us, like, I know a lot of times we kind of catch the late audience. We're kind of like, they kind of catch us, and when they're, when times are best for them to listen. So thank you for catching us when you can.
I also like that we kind of go late and everyone gives their own takes, and then we kind of pop in with ours. I don't know. I feel like it works out better. Okay, one more thing I wanted to get to before we finished the show, even though we're getting around an hour. Could you imagine if this question was asked at a TNA show? Ready?
And this is the
First off,
damn motherfucker.
Fuck.
Damn motherfucker.
Whoops, sorry. Apologies for the bad words there. Okay. This is a guy from the Wrestling News Observer at World's End press conference. Listen to how long this fucking setup is for this suck-ass from the Observer.
Corey Lee with the Wrestling Observer. Now, there has been what I would consider a lot of chatter online, negativity in regards to the product. And
because it sucks.
Obviously, you're just coming off a brand new television deal. You're going to be on Max. You're going to be doing all this stuff. You guys have at least a strategy for next year to try to combat a lot of this negativity that festers online, and it's basically done for almost monetary reasons. To basically bring down what you guys are doing when you guys are literally
blowing a billionaire,
having in regards to money your best year that you've had since you've started. Like I said, I just see it online, and
can you imagine?
It's difficult. It's hard.
This is a journalist.
If you're a fan of
this is a journalist asking about AEW trolls. Somebody wrote, like, could you imagine someone asking LeBron James about fucking the trolls that he deals with instead of how the fucking game was or something? Like,
and what's missed during this whole thing with this interviewer is the funny facial expressions that Tony Khan is making.
Good catch. I don't know.
Because he's like, at first he's like all happy. And
somebody has a picture. Somebody has one of those, like, what the hell? One of those, like, it looks like an art picture. It's like 9 different of his faces, and it's just the most psychotic faces you've ever seen in your life. I don't want to say he's on something, but like,
yeah,
there are certain people. One works for Fightful, who I won't name, who, if you watch their videos, they cannot sit still. Their face cannot stay still. You know what I mean? Like, Tony is just, this was insane. Everyone needs to try to find this. Tony's, like Gary said, Tony's faces are like nothing I've ever seen. It looks like an alien jumps into him. What was that fucking movie with D'Onofrio played the awesome alien character? That was like kind of what he looked like.
And the thing is, he looks the same as the last time I seen him, like not shaved, the same hairstyle,
exactly the same. This guy's. At least he stopped wearing the same fucking shirt. Remember, he wore that shirt all the time, and I'm like, this is a fucking billionaire, man. Like, but whatever.
I don't know. It's kind of like
throw that out there before we got to an hour. But that was really funny, and I mean, these goddamn scrums. I have to give it to Tony Khan. These scrums are one of the most fun things he's ever created. Maybe the most fun things he's ever created. I mean, he made a joke out of that Fightful girl. I mean, he's like ruining careers. He made a joke out of this Observer guy. Like, he didn't make a joke about it. Literally everyone else in the world is making a joke about it. But this guy, like, you're a fucking reporter. You ask a question. You don't lead with, like, I'm so sorry that there's so much negativity. Could you imagine Dixie Carter being asked that way? Dixie, you fucking whore. I heard you're banging AJ, so what are you going to fuck up next, you dumb piece of shit? That was a woman. Yeah. I'm not saying anyone actually said that, but that was a woman who got no fucking respect because of a sexist community. And we're getting up to an hour, so we should probably end this with some nice stuff.
She recently sent something over on Twitter, too, about missing her time in TNA and like how fast her family grew up. So she still kind of watches the product. So that's pretty cool.
You know who also tweeted about TNA recently? Dixie Carter. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I always want to see her. I'd love to see her come back for like I don't know, just get the fucking respect she deserves that Scott sucked out of her. Okay, that's it for us. Coming in at just under an hour. And we'll be back next week. Gary, you got anything to plug in 10 seconds?
Not much. Just order Genesis in January, and who knows where the JBL story will go.
Good job. Should be fun. Peace.